First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachah HaKodash, double honors unto the apostles and elders, great millstone who rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect, the 144,000, one third, the remnant, pushing the word in truth and in sincerity. And as you can see, I'm back with another lesson from, not from, but I'm going to be taking some information from this interview you see here from Brighteon. It's from the Health Ranger Report, and it's Dane Wigington, and Mike Adams issue urgent warning for the survival of the human race. Okay, now there's a couple key points that I want to focus in on, and then grab some scriptures. And this is one thing that they're really going into is these different as you see here, geoengineering and manipulated weather events, weather manipulation, and its effects, weather engineering and its impact on climate engineering and its impact on agriculture. Okay, look at this. 1441. All right, so pretty much going into geoengineering, weather manipulation, and things of that nature. So there's three bullet points that I want to highlight within this video, and I'm gonna let them play, and I'm gonna grab some scriptures along the way, and then wrap it up. All right, but we say that the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, all right, the Edomites, a race of people, are the devil according to the Bible, and people get all in their feelings about that. However, when you listen to interviews like this, and you see that, Edomites themselves are putting other Edomites on blast for, the technologies that exist that are destroying the world, you see why we call them the devil according to the Bible. Because only the devil according to the Bible would destroy everything, man. Okay. Real quick, one of my favorite scriptures, John 10:10. This is an oldie but goodie. All right, John 10:10. It says, the thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. All right. This ain't living here on this side. All right. We're merely existing. Okay. But Yahweh Shai is coming to give us life, abundance of it. All right. This is NLT, John 10:10. It says, the thief's purpose is to steal and kill and destroy. My purpose is to give them a rich and satisfying life. All right. And that's what, we desire in the form of salvation, because with salvation, we're going to have a rich and satisfying life. But there's no way to experience a rich and satisfying life in a planet that's in the hand of a murderer, and he's killing all biology, any life form on planet Earth. The so-called white man is destroying it, man. All right, so without further ado, let me turn this up some. All right, here we go.
Weather Channel or other climate engineering cover-up agencies, they're seeing this now routine listing of snow beginning to fall at far above freezing temperatures. So again, they should question this. The laws of physics have not changed, but we know from chemical ice nucleating patents that they can nucleate ice at temperatures of 10, 12, 14 degrees above freezing. And this is a very elaborate science, if you will, chemical ice nucleation. And people think it's always a given. It happens at 32 degrees. I'd encourage them to think of their first aid kit, Mike, with a chemical cold pack in it. I know you know what those are, and it can sit on a shelf at room temperature for decades. When you mix those chemicals together, you have ice instantaneously. They're doing this on an unimaginably massive scale into cloud moisture right now.
So they're using the same science and technology that you would use for a cold pack. You know, brothers remember those brothers, especially if you play sports. All right, that most of the time it came in a blue pack where, you know, it's just liquid inside of it, but when you put it in the freezer, it turns into, you know, like slushy ice or whatever you want to consider it, you know. So that same technology they're using to manipulate the clouds, you know, to have you know, it snow, you know, on their terms, or, you know, rain, or, you know, whatever. All right, and that's not, it's not normal. That's not according to nature. It's not nature running its course, so to say. It's manipulation. Okay, it's Esau being the devil, and you know, using witchcraft. All right, so what you know, they're going to it in this article, or not article, but this interview, how all those chemicals is destroying crops. You know, it's you know, destroying the air we breathe, the water we drink. You know, your skin is affected by it. You know, you name it. All right, we're being poisoned to death, pretty much. Okay.
Okay, so they can induce then all the hazards on the ground that come with extra ice and extra snow. But what about this cold blast? Now, we're told that this Arctic air that's entering North America at minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit is blasting down from the Northwest all the way across the Midwest and the North Midwest. And it's even going to reach Texas and Louisiana, apparently, in a few days. And we're told that these temperatures will be, in some areas, a relative minus 58 degrees compared to the normal average for this time of year. And that's in, I think, Wyoming, and in Oregon, it's going to be like minus 30 or 35 compared to normal. Those are relative temperatures. But they tell us there's some kind of like high pressure warm spot over the North Pole or something that's causing this. I don't know. It never seems to make any sense.
All right. So that's one point. Let me grab 2 Corinthians 20:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. All right. We are well aware of Esau's trickery, his witchcraft, his tactics that he's been using to manipulate everything. Okay, this is in the NLT, 2 Corinthians 20:11. So that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes. All right, we know, you know, Esau's you know, through the Spirit of the Lord, I should say, we know Esau's, you know, his trickery. Okay, we know he's a devil, and we know that he's up to no good. All right, and so let me fast forward here. All right, so here we go.
Nucleating that, and they're trying to create as many sensationalized headlines as they can. And this is important to understand, that as they're doing this to skew people's understanding of the true state of the climate, every single engineered cool down they create, Mike, comes at the cost of an even further damaged climate overall.
Wow. So it seems like this is a sort of weather terrorism. I mean, this is designed to achieve maximum destruction. Is crop destruction part of this goal?
Certainly. And you mentioned earlier, Mike, at the hazards that this creates. So you see how many traffic accidents there are now, and certainly we would expect a snowy road to be slick. When you have surfactants in this mix, and we do, our lab testing has proven this again and again, Surfactants, for those that don't know what that is, it's what makes soap. It changes the molecular tension of water molecules. So you end up with what is, in essence, soaked snow. So people who think they knew how to drive on snow now don't. It's a very different composition. And that composition can change from region to region, depending on what they're seeding, depending on what the atmospheric conditions are. But it is very unlike naturally nucleated snow. And we now see a tremendous amount of pileups. 100-car pileups are now routine because of this surfactant-soaked snow.
All right, you hear that, man? So Esau, with his witchcraft, has pretty much snow creating or generating snow that acts as soap or has the same makeup as soap. So instead of being able to maneuver and drive in snow as you might remember growing up, okay, if you were in a region that was accustomed to snow, that's no longer the case, because trying to stop on snow is like trying to stop on a soapy asphalt, and that is contributing to, like the man said, 150 car pileups. All right, you see these videos. There was one last year, if I'm not mistaken. Where it was somewhere in the Midwest, I want to say, but it was a whole bunch of vehicles that one after another just running into each other. All right, so Esau knows what he's doing, man, and he knows that this geoengineering is causing various forms of death. Okay, whether it's poisoning people, all right, poisoning biology, crops and livestock and so on and so forth, or causing people to have car accidents, man. All right, only the devil will do something like that. All right, so let me read this real quick. So he mentioned surfactant, all right? So this is from International Products Corporation. It says, an easy guide to understand how surfactants work. Okay, what is a surfactant? Surfactants are a primary component of cleaning detergents. The word surfactant means surface active agent. As the name implies, surfactants stir up activity on the surface you are cleaning to help trap dirt and remove it from the surface. Surfactants have a hydrophobic, water-hating tail and a hydrophilic, water-loving head. The hydrophobic tail on each surfactant surrounds soils. The hydrophilic heads are surrounded by water. All right, and it gives you a little illustration here. Okay. And there's more to it. A whole bunch of brothers who's into this science of it. I'll put this in the description box. But that's pretty much what a surfactant is. Okay. So real quick, Psalm 64:8. It says, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, and all that see them shall flee away. Okay, and that's what you have here is a clear example of Edomite putting his fellow Edomites on blast. Okay. And let me grab this last one here.
And what you just stated is profoundly important that people don't understand, and they need to understand. As you so accurately outlined, once that critical moment of wake up occurs, the entire game changes at that moment. The current paradigm is overturned at that moment, and those in power know that. that once that delusion is shattered and people realize that we're not just at a bump in the road, we're at the end of the road of what was, that's the moment that we need to be most worried about, because that's when those in power will play those much bigger cards, which they absolutely hold. And that moment could happen today, tomorrow. We have so many factors that are so far past the breaking point right now. And to weave another factor into this, Mike, if we take one aspect of what climate engineering is most responsible for damaging, the Earth's ozone layer, which if you compressed it into a single molecular level, is I believe about 6 millimeters thick. It's unimaginably a thin layer if it was, again, compressed to a single molecular level that allows us to live on this planet. And climate engineering is wiping it out. Our latest update from the NASA contract engineer that works directly for geoengineeringwatch.org, former NASA contract engineer, is that he estimates that on average globally, we're down to about 23% of the ozone layer remaining, again, on average, which means it's thicker in some places, obviously thinner or non-existent in the polar regions. And the narrative that the ozone layer is recovering is complete, utter nonsense. Again, no ozone layer, no terrestrial life on Earth, can't grow food. And that's already the case in many places. We have reports from all over the world of people's gardens being singed and fried from the UV. We have the Cambrian layer on trees being burnt off from tip to trunk. And when people feel how hot and radiant that sun feels when you're in a clear spot of it, and the ozone layer thickness waxes and wanes, so it's not uniform all the time. But the sun is incredibly intense. You can feel it on surfaces. And Mike, you've probably noticed that, right?
Well, right. And also, you know.
All right, so there you go, man. So even the ozone layer is being destroyed by this devil. Okay, and like the man stated, we need the ozone layer to survive on planet Earth. All right, that's a shield, so to say, from harmful rays. It protects us from things that we're not supposed to be exposed to. That's outside of the planet. Okay, so the so-called white man is the devil, man. Just flat out, the devil. Okay, and we will have no sympathy. All right, for Esau, Edom, as a race, when the Lord destroys them. Okay, there ain't gonna be no sympathy for Esau, man. They deserve everything they about to get. This is Ephesians 2:2. It says, "Wherein in time past you walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience." All right, so Esau. All right, his spiritual daddy is Satan. All right, and Satan is the prince and power of the air. All right, this is NLT, Ephesians 2:2. It says, "In which you used to live when you followed the ways of this world, and the ruler of the kingdom of the air, the spirit who is now at work in those who are disobedient." All right, the ruler of the kingdom of the air. All right, that's Esau, Edom's daddy. All right, Satan. Okay, because these technologies, geoengineering technologies and all that, it requires them to be able to mess with the air. They're messing with air. They use radio waves, airwaves, microwaves, so on and so forth. Chemtrails. All right, this is the website, the dude's website, GeoEngineering Watch. But as it says here, geoengineering is the artificial modification of Earth's climate systems through two primary ideologies: solar radiation management and carbon dioxide removal. Okay. And I'll put this in the description box too. But look at this, man. This is all chemtrails being sprayed in the air, and this is how, Satan is, coaching his minions to destroy the planet. Okay. Um, this is Isaiah 29:16. It says, "Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?" Okay, so in Esau's mind, he thinks that the perfect creation in which Yahweh Shai and the angels, by way of the Heavenly Father, created, all right, the planet, all life forms. Esau believes that it's not perfect, which is why he's going above and beyond the call of duty to destroy the planet, man. All right, he's turning everything upside down, but guess what? It's gonna be corrected. It's gonna be auto corrected, so to say. All right, which is why in Second Peter's, the scriptures tell us that we're looking for a new heaven and a new earth, meaning the devil is taken out the way, and Earth's natural course is able to actually be. Okay, it's actually able to replenish and rejuvenate. All right, and take its its natural course once again. Okay. So everything Esau is doing is all vain. It's for naught, because it's not going to be forever. Okay, he's going to have a failed attempt at destroying creation. All right, and lastly, this is Revelation 11:18. "And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth." All right, so when the day of judgment comes, the day of the Lord, all these spiritually dead people is going to be judged, man. All right, and the main judgment is going to be here in Babylon the Great. All these zombies walking around that is concerned about going on vacations and designer clothes, buying designer clothes, and having the best drip, and paying $60, $100 for a haircut, and getting Beijing sprayed on a receding hairline, getting a man weave, getting iced out. Okay, women getting BBLs, fake eyelashes, tummy tucks. One, saving enough money to get a Tesla, and trying to get in the real estate game, and put their apartment or house on Airbnb. All right, that's what these people is concerned with. Mainly Jake. All right, or Esau. Thinking he gonna store up, caches of food and weapons, and water and gas and all that in some bunker in preparation for the apocalypse, as they would call it. Or just being some TikTok sensation. Whatever. The stupid shit that people was concerned with. They're all spiritually dead, man. Dead from the neck up. Okay, the lights is on, but nobody's home. People like that, the Lord gonna leave them here in America to taste fire, man. Okay, because they're not needed in the kingdom of heaven. All right, if you're in America as a 2/3 or a heathen, all right, you're your father is not an Israelite, you are not needed in the kingdom of heaven. All right, and you will burn here in Babylon the Great, aka America, when the Lord allows these other nations to shoot thermonuclear missiles over here to America, along with the heavenly angels, you know, shooting those right aiming thunderbolts at those that deserve it. Okay, and along with that is going to come the salvation of the elect of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the Lord's chosen. Okay, and the reward for the saints that stand stiffly for the names of Yahweh while Yahweh Shai will be salvation, man. Okay, and we're going to inherit a pristine earth. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. Until next time, shalom.